It's live right now. Uh, Con, it's live right now though. But you gotta change your settings.
All right, shalom, 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 Israel. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Shema Mashiach, Yahushua. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, which the world calls God, and Yahushua is the name of His only begotten Son, which the world only calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give a strong shalom to all the mighty men that's going out there, they're laboring, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, doing all they can to wake up the lost sheep out of Israel. And during the elements, 100-degree weather, freezing below codes, and everything that's trying to hinder the work of the Most High, shalom, shalom. I want to give another strong shalom to the Aqua, all right, the sisters that are at home, reverencing their husbands, being teachers of good things, tender, delicate, and on fire for the Most High God, shalom, shalom. Last but not least, I want to give another strong shalom to all the mighty children and teenagers in this truth, right, doing all they can to magnify the name of the Most High and make their calling and election sure in the last days. All right, this brother Tazama.
It's the brother Shema with all.
All right, the topic of this cold cut is outdoor meditation session. All right, must watch. Again, the topic of this cold cut is outdoor meditation session. You know, the Most High put it on our spirits, you know, to go out amongst the elements, all right, and meditate, man. All right, meditation, you know, that's a very important work that you must perform while you're in the truth. All right, that's something that you learn. You know, you start coming into the truth, you start meditating on precepts. But you know, meditation is something that's a part of our culture. All right, a lot of people think that meditation came from the so-called Hindus. All right, meditation came from the monks. All right, they say crisscross applesauce and just hum. All right, but hey, meditation is actually found up in the Bible, man. All right, the Israelites, they always was outside meditating in the works of the Most High, meditating on the precepts. You can meditate inside your house, man. The word you got your phone on you. You're able to pull up the definition of meditation.
Con.
All right, you can meditate inside your house. All right, the word when you go into it, meditation, that literally just means to think upon. All right, and you could think upon anything. Examine your walk in this truth. You could be thinking about the prophecies. You could be thinking about how Yahweh Shai is going to come back with thousands of angels. You could think about how zealous our forefathers was. There's many different things to meditate, aka think about. All right, you got that?
Right. Con, this the definition for meditation. It says the action or practice of meditating. Right? A life of meditation.
Right.
Right. You got the similar. You said pondering, consideration, musing, reflection. Right? You got prayer, you got study, thoughts, thinking, contemplation, you got cogitation.
See that? So those are all synonyms for the word meditation. Jake, that's why Jake said, oh, yeah, I'm contemplating, man, whether I should do this or not. Man, he's thinking, right? I'm pondering on this situation. So there's things that you have to do. Hey, sometimes you gotta clear your head, man. Babylon the Great is stressful. All right, you got demons trying to attack you, man. Your job, all right, they might be, working you to death. You're going through high levels of stress, with your family, your kids, with your mom, parents. So you must, meditate. Our forefathers meditated, whether that's outdoors, indoors, a solitude place, right? But that's very important in the truth. All right, so we're going to kick it off with the classic precept, all right, in the book of Genesis, chapter 24. All right, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 24, and verse number 63. All right, and Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide, and he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. All right, so Isaac, guess what? He meditated, man. All right, in the field. All right, as you can see, you're panning around. As you can see, right, we in the field through the spirit. Hey, Isaac, he was probably in a bigger field than this, man. All right, a field with all of the land, all of his cattle is on it. All right, peaceful, beautiful, clean air. Nevertheless, Isaac, he went to go meditate. Now we don't, it don't say what he was meditating on, but we know that he was meditating on righteous things that are most high. All right, things, godly things. Right. Let me go to Sirach chapter 14. And the Lord tells you, you want to ask the Lord to, cause you to meditate good things and wisdom. All right, because everybody meditates. You have meditated before. You meditating right now. All right, you could be meditating on good things, or you could be meditating on evil. Majority of our people, they meditating on folly, going to the club, prostitutes, smoking. All right, Jake is at work, but his mind is fixated. His mind is meditating on the blunt that he's finna smoke after work, man.
Yeah.
All right, he's meditating on the Eve that he's trying to pop. Eve worried about getting drunk. She worried about the outfit that she finna put on this weekend. So we meditating on the wrong things, and the last days you gotta make sure we meditating on the right things. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 14, and verse number 20. All right, Sirach, chapter 14 and 20. Blessed is the man that meditate good things and wisdom. So you're gonna be blessed when you're meditating good things, righteous things, keeping the commandments. Okay, dang, man, I need to go harder in this aspect. All right, you might be meditating on the prophecies. You thinking on how to please the Most High God. You meditating on the book of Revelation, the 19th chapter, the end-up secrets. You meditating on how to be about a husband. Anything that's good in wisdom, the Lord said you're going to be blessed. You're gonna prosper. All right, things is gonna start going smooth for you. The reason why a lot of evil is happening to look where your mind is at. All right, your mind is all bad. Your mind is working on thinking about eating. You're always thinking about eating, man. All right, I'm hungry. All right, I want some food. All right, man, I gotta go eat. That's off. All right, you meditating on damn folly. You sleeping. All right, drinking, being merry. So the Lord said you're going to be blessed when you meditate good things and wisdom. It says, and that reasoneth of holy things by his understanding. He that considereth her ways in his heart shall also have understanding in her secrets. So the more you think about wisdom, wisdom, she gonna give you secrets, man. All right, she gonna start to reveal you. She gonna start to get comfortable, man. All right, because at first you meet wisdom, it's like a woman. All right, you might meet a woman at first. She, kind of shy a little bit, timid. Y'all have conversations, but it's nothing too crazy. Then the more you start talking to her, she starts to open up, more comfortable, slapping you on the head now. Hey, that's the same thing with wisdom, man. Wisdom has a whole table prepared. She gonna start say, hey, come on. She gonna start. Wisdom gonna start calling you. All right, you used to start calling her. Guess what? Now she start calling you.
Right.
Now she's saying, hey, sup with you. You gonna have ways in her secrets. And that's a beautiful state of mind to be in. A lot of our people, they bugged out. They don't have peace of mind. They thinking about, they not meditating. It's good to have that space when your mind is clear of all evil and wicked works. All right, the Lord said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And let's get that in Proverbs chapter 23. All right, we love meditating through the Spirit, man. All right, it's the book of Proverbs chapter 23 and verse number 7. It says, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, said he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. So as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, meaning so is the actions that he's gonna perform. Right? A lot of the decisions that you make is predicated off the thoughts. All right. So, like we said, if you're thinking about, hey, I gotta go get gas. Guess what? 9 times out of 10, you're gonna end up getting gas in your car. All right. You're thinking about a Purim gift to give to your family. Guess what? 9 times out of 10, that's gonna be your action. You're thinking about foolishness and wickedness and lust and sin, you're gonna perform sin. All right. But if you're thinking about the commandments, righteous things of the Lord, the precepts, all right, heavenly things, and your actions is gonna be righteous. So that's why we tell brothers and sisters, you know, you have to change your mind. Changing your mind is the first step. All right, you can't try to be. A lot of brothers say, "I want to be mighty." All right, you trying to go super. You just trying to go hard in the spirit. Be zealous, brother. Your mind is not even changed. How you gonna try to just shake the hand and your mind is not right first? You gotta change your mind. It starts up here. That's why we saying, hey, get right. Get right mentally. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's Romans chapter 12 and 2. All right, when you out here, hey, it's a lot you can learn. You hear the birds chirping. All right, you certain, animals, ants. All right, you see, butterflies. Hey, that's how he was in the ancient world. Now everything is all concrete buildings, and that puts you in a depressing state. So we got to get our mind right, right? Let me get this in the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and 1. Right? It's the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse number 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof. Right? Meaning a man that's giving his mind to the law of the Most High, meaning everything that this man is thinking about is the laws of God. How do you get there? That's because, hey, guess what? He's playing righteous music when he in the car. When he get out the car, he going in the house, he turning on a breakdown video. When he's not watching a breakdown video, he's reading and praying. Hey, when he going to sleep, he's binge watching another video. He get back up, go to the store, go to work. He's playing righteous music. All right. When he's amongst the brethren, he's having righteous conversations. That's a man that, giving his mind to the law. You can't give your mind to the law. You come inside, you just watching Netflix. You go outside, then you bumping Gucci Man. All right. Your thoughts is gonna be all jammed up. Right? It says, "Will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients and will be occupied in prophecies." So a man that's gave his mind to the law, he's gonna be occupied in prophecies. All right. He's gonna be occupied in wisdom, learning, understanding. Verse 2. He will keep the sayings of renowned men, and where acceptable parables are, he will be there also. Meaning, hey, whenever it's a parable being brought out, the brothers just kind of sneak up. What y'all talking about?
Right.
Are y'all going into Ezekiel 17? That's a riddle, actually, All right. Samson, it's honey. Yeah, say those confounded. All right. You going into the parables. It says he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. That's going to be his speech. All right. And that's what you accumulate by constantly meditating in the word of the Most High. All right. You got it.
Gone. Yeah, that's right, man. I mean, Jake kind of he bugged out, man, because, in the world, they meditate, but they not really thinking about nothing. They think it's just literally clearing your mind, and then that's when everything comes to you. You actually got to set a goal when you meditate, right? You want to go harder in the spirit. What is that going to make you go harder in, right? So even when you meditate, you got to examine yourself to even be a better person. In order to know things, you have to meditate, right? Let's kick it off with 2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians chapter 13. And we all know this precept. We go to it all the time. Because the order for you to examine yourself, you have to meditate. I mean, if you don't meditate, you jammed up, brother. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5, it says, "Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith, prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Shah Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates." So, the order for you to examine yourself, you have to be out and meditate. You got to separate yourself. You got to separate yourself, from all the madness that goes on in Babylon, right? So you got to separate yourself and see what is that for you to get better,
Right.
Through the spirit. Because the order for you to examine yourself, you have to meditate, right? Let's get it. Let's see what David say in Psalm 63. in verse 6, right? Let's bring this out. Because, I mean, Jake just, right, like the brother was bringing out, go outside and sit in the sun and meditate and think about nothing. And then go right back to the Father. Brother, if you was meditating, you'll realize the things that you're doing is wrong, right? Psalm chapter 68 and verse 6, it says, when I remember thee upon my bed and meditate on thee in the night watches, right? So David was meditating.
Right.
David was meditating. Our forefathers was meditating 24/7, right? Thinking about how can they be better in the spirit. Thinking about how can they treat their brother. How can they treat their sister, right? How can be better all around through the spirit, because, I mean, living in these fleshly bodies, I mean, we have to strive to be perfect because we're subject to sin. So if you're not meditating or examining yourself for any type of righteous thing, I mean, you basically saying you the elect. You don't need to meditate. You got it all together, right? Let me bring out another precept, right? Let's get to Psalms, because David, that's all David did was meditate. That's all our forefathers did.
Right.
I mean, we are part of them. So if you're not doing the things our forefathers done, I mean, who are you, right? Psalm 77 and verse 11, it says, I will remember the works of the Lord. So how can you remember the works of the Lord? In the definition of meditation, it literally says, remember, one of the similarities, right? A thought. What thoughts are you thinking while meditating? Because look at the works of the Lord, right? Meditate, look at the grass, how green it is, right? Look at the trees, the birds, right? I mean, meditate on the works. Look at our flesh, man. Our vessels. The Lord really created us to even go into precepts and realize his works. And for order you to know that, you have to meditate on the Lord, right? Read that on. I will remember the works of the Lord. Surely I will remember thy works of old. How can you remember the works of old, right? That means that you were meditating on the precepts that you've been reading. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, brothers ain't just reading precepts just to go out there and just to speak it, but you're really not taking it in through the spirit and realizing that the Lord can do those same things, you know, that happened in the days of old, and it can happen now.
Right.
For order you to know that, is to meditate, right? I got one more precept. Let me get Psalms 115. Classic precepts, man. Classic precepts. It's really the milk. I mean, if you don't meditate, I mean, what other way you can get better? You can't just keep, like the brother was going to, keep striving and running towards the mark, but you just running and not thinking about things that you ran into that stopped you, that hindered you from doing the work, right? Psalms 119 and verse 15, it says, I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways, right? So while we out here meditating on the works of the Lord, we in the precepts as well. And when you meditate in the precepts, you meditating on how can you take action? How can you apply that into your life, right? I got one more precept in Proverbs real quick, right? Because literally, you know, Jake's mind all jammed up, man. He thinks about folly. He thinks about how can he commit certain type of wickedness. We just wise to do wickedness, right? We just wise to do evil. We're not wise to do good. Or we don't even know what's good, right? Because we don't know what to meditate on. And it's a blessing that we have, you know, the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High to be able to know what to meditate on, right? Proverbs chapter 15, verse 13, it says, a merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, right? And you got a lot of Jakes, man, you see they be all upset, and because they meditating on wicked things, man.
Right.
Think about backdoing a brother.
Right.
Thinking about messing with Eve. Like,
So,
they meditating on different things, and you see why they just, you know, they spirit is just like, just relentless. Damn gladiators. They got a 300 spirit. Just walk around saying Sparta, like, just wicked, man. Right? So a merry heart make a cheerful countenance. But, you know, you got Jake meditating on folly, and that's actually making him happy. Right? So what are you meditating on? That's the thing. The right things to meditate on. Not in this world that's highly esteemed. Not money and clothes and shoes. What able to benefit you through the spirit, that's what you need to meditate on. Right, reading on, it says, a merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart, the spirit is broken. Right, and this is why you need to be out here and meditate. Because you may be, afflict yourself for your own counsel. That's what you meditating on. I'm not good enough for the Lord. And I'm not this. You're going to take heed to that. Next thing you know, you back into the world. And brothers trying to hit you up like, man, what's going on? And you ignoring us and we pulling up and you ain't trying to open the door. You just want to go back into the world because you literally meditated on a thing that you shouldn't meditate on. So it's very wise for you to realize what you meditating on and know what precepts to go to correct yourself. What you got
God, yeah, that's right, man. That's why a lot of our people be like the brother said, depressed. All right, sad. Eve looked like, she been up for 5 days straight with her hair all out, crazy bags underneath her eyes. That's because the things that she meditating in her heart is wickedness, and that wickedness that shows forth on your countenance, man. All right, it's benefits to it's benefits to meditation. It boosts your mood. All right, you're able to perform better. You're in the right spirit. It uplifts your spirit. So let's go to this. I want to go to this in the book of Psalms. All right, the classic, chapter 1.
God.
All right, it boosts your subconsciousness. So a lot of people just slow, man. All right, we're just gonna say a lot of people just slow. They stupid. Jake on the video game all day. All right, Eve, she on TikTok and social media. Talking about I'm spiritual. I'm a Christian. Well, you're not doing the works of the Most High. All right. Like you said, Jake just playing Call of Duty all the day. All right. In a PlayStation party. That's off. But you expect your mental health to be up there. It don't work like that. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 2. It says, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And that's what you want to do. You want to meditate not just one time out the week, 2 times. You want to be in these precepts every single day. You want to be meditating every single day. All right, it says, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruit in his season, and his leaf shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. All right, meaning whatever you're gonna do is gonna prosper. All right, on a physical and on a spiritual level, you're gonna start to find yourself increasing in the spirit. You're gonna start to learn more precepts, and it's gonna be to the point you're gonna be meditating so much because dreams cometh by a multitude of business. That's Ecclesiastes 5 and 3. All right. So the more that you think throughout your everyday life, that's why a lot of the dreams you might have be on the things that you do, day to day. All right, or whatever you was thinking about. It's gonna be to the point, and you're gonna be thinking about, those precepts in your dream. You tossing and turning. All right, Joshua 1 and 8. All right. You dreaming about the vision that Esdras had in 2nd Esdras 13. You're gonna be certain brothers, they had dreams. They breaking down, they on the highways and byways teaching. That's literally because all they was giving a mind to was the law of the Lord. Reading on. It says, the ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. So the ungodly, they not gonna be like that tree planted by rivers of living water. And they gonna be by a tree that's planted by nothing but sand and dust and dirt. And ultimately, they're not gonna bring forth any fruit. They're gonna get cut down. All right, let me go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 16. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, and verse number 3. It says, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. So the more you commit your works into the Most High, the Lord is going to start to establish your thoughts. Like we say, you constantly, certain people, they bug out because they can't get wicked thoughts. Jake's saying, man, just pray for me. I keep getting these wicked thoughts. Just pray for me. Well, brother, what is you thinking about? You're not going to get, we in the flesh. You might get a wicked thought. But if you in the spirit and you've been meditating the right things, the moment you get that wicked thought, you're going to think about a precept. You're going to cast that thought down. All right? The reason why you probably having wicked thoughts, because you're not meditating in the righteous things. You're not committing your works into the Most High. The Lord is going to establish your thoughts. You worried about bills that you got to pay, your rent being due, your car note, how you going to eat next week. How you going to get some extra money so you can, put it in the fridge. You worried about the wrong things. Commit your works into the Most High, and the Most High just going to have you do everything in order. He's going to have you wake up one morning and go to the grocery store. Got an extra $50. Somebody might help you out. Everything is going to take care of itself. All you got to do is trust in the Most High. Well, I want to get this precept on Sirach. I believe that's 38. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 38, and verse number 24. All right, Sirach 38 and 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. Meaning, the way a man learns wisdom and increases knowledge, he has to have leisure time. He has to have free time, man. All right? He has to have time that he, could put to the side so he could gain something. All right? Everything is time consuming. It says, and he that have little business shall become wise. When you spending out times like this is times that you start becoming wise, man. Mm-hmm. These are the moments where you start to increase in some type of way spiritually. You're not going to be increasing spiritually if you always around people, man. You're around people in the world. All right, your co-workers invite you out. Yeah, man. Hey, we knocked out all them sales. All right, wing Wednesday. All right, pull up to B-Dubs. Wings on us. You going out with your co-workers. All right, they inviting you to places. You gotta have little business. The Lord said, hey, guess what? Hey, you're gonna start becoming wise. It says, how can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the gourd, and driveth ox, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks? See that? How you gonna get wisdom? You always occupied in something. You always working. You always dealing with the cattle. You always dealing. Okay, you doing this with your kids, with your wife. You have to have time, leisure time, to meditate, and again in the works of the Lord. All right, I want to bring this out in Psalms, chapter 118. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 118 and 148. My eyes prevent the night watches, that I might meditate in thy word.
All right.
So, David said, my eyes prevent the night watches. Meaning, David staying up, man. His eyes finna shut and go to sleep, but guess what? He's staying up through the Spirit. He stopped his eyes from closing, that he might meditate in the works of the Most High. So King David, guess what? He meditated. Let me bring this out in Psalms. All right. Let me bring this out in the book of Psalms, chapter 37. Book of Psalms 37:30. It says, the mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and in his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of God is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. So a righteous man, the law of God is going to be in his heart, meaning in his mind. You're keeping the law always in your mind. It's going to be hard to sin. All right. David said, thy word have I kept in my heart, that I shall not sin against thee. It's going to be harder for you to sin and go off if you always thinking about the precepts. If you always talking about the Lord's ways. Your mom, she might come in the room and say, why is you always talking about the Bible? All right, what are you thinking about? You might be daydreaming. She say, what are you thinking about? You tell her, I'm thinking about Mount Chezedek. All right. Mount who? right? Then you kind of go into Melchizedek, man, in Genesis the 14th chapter. How he popped up on the scene like that. So these different precepts, you know, that you can use for meditation. Like we say, you can meditate on anything. How to be a better Israelite. All right. How to make ends meet for your household. All right. You can meditate on the book of Revelation at first. You can meditate on the 7 churches. All right. You can meditate on the Passover. You can meditate on how evil and wicked Cain was. All right. So let me bring this out in Psalms 118 and 15. It reads, I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect into thy ways. I will delight myself in thy statutes. I will not forget thy word. So we got to be like David and meditate in the precepts. All right? What you got it?
Con, that's right, man. I mean, we gotta find ways to find what to meditate on. Cause I mean, you don't want to just be meditating on folly. Then that's who you're gonna be. You know, you got Jake. He calling himself down. You know the nicknames he give. I don't even want to say it, but he just got all type of nicknames, and he tried to act on that character. Suge Knight, that's not his name.
Right.
But he really tried to act on that character. He tried to fulfill that character, and you see. I mean, you see actors where they do these, you know, these roles. They really be like that character. Next thing you know, after the movie's over, they acting like the character. Now they got a disorder because you meditating on it, man. Right? So we got to know what things to meditate on. Right? Let me get Cyrac. But that should be 31. Cyrac 31. So like it's Cyrac 37. Cyrac 37 and verse 27. Right? It says, my son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for, and give like that unto it. So I mean, how can you be able to prove your own soul? I mean, you literally out here in the grass or on the porch, wherever you are, meditating on what is evil for you. Not meditating on things, what evil things that you like, right? Because if you meditating on money, we already know money evil for you, man. You love it too much. The thing that you meditate on, you love it a lot. Let's just put it right there. What you meditate on, you love it. So if you keep pondering about something, any wickedness or lust or whatever, deep down inside you love it, right? So let's keep reading on. Let's read that again. My son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything. So you gotta meditate on what you like to do, and righteousness. Don't just see other people doing things and you want to take on to that, and it's not fit for you, right? So we gotta know what to meditate on, what type of man you are, what type of woman you are, what type of teenager you are, and see what the Lord, who He desires you to be, right? So let me get another precept, Sirach chapter 7. Because I mean, in this world, all it is just folly, man. They put everything in your face just so you can meditate on the TV and even in the video games, right? They got video games showing all type of madness, and you don't want that on your mind because you know in these fleshly bodies, your mind end up staying on that. So you got to make sure that you exit all those things out and meditate on the Lord.
Right.
Right. This is the book of Sirach chapter 7 and verse 2. It says, depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee. My son, sow not upon the furrows of unrighteousness, and thou shalt not reap them sevenfold. So how can you sow unrighteousness? I mean, literally everything starts with your mind first. So whatever comes to your mind, you literally plant it into your mind. And if you keep taking heed to it, it grows. You watering it. Then next thing you know, it get roots. Next thing you know, it get a stem. Not a damn what you call it, the rose petals start to come in and it start to get colorful and things. Next thing you know, you're in wickedness. Next thing you know, you jammed up or back in the world. And this is why we need to meditate on the things of the Lord and how to please Him. right? Let me get one more precept. Cause you got Jake. Hey man, those when Jake do those acting roles, man, they be really taking heed to that, and they be like lusting after that. Next thing you know, they just bugged out, man. In their mind is jammed up. Let me get Sirach chapter 44. Sirach chapter 44. Right? Let me get Salaki. Right, Sirach chapter 44 and verse 1, it says, "Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begot us." I mean, how do you know about your fathers? Are you meditating on your fathers? Right? Are you meditating on when David slaughtered the damn Edomites? Are you meditating on Saul when he didn't obey the Lord? Right? So those are things that we got to meditate on in these last days, because time running short, right? But you got to.
Con, yeah, that's right. All right, I want to get this precept in the book of Mark, right, the first chapter. I want to get this precept in the book of Mark, the first chapter. You know, dealing with Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is Mark chapter 1. This is Mark chapter 1 and verse number... I'm going to start at verse 35. This is Mark 1 and 35. "And in the morning, rising up a great while before the day, he went out and departed into a solitary place and there prayed." So Yahweh Shai, he used to get up early in the morning, man. Go into a place where there's nobody around. Pray to the Most High God. Thinking about, he thinking about the time to come when he's crucified, man. Yahweh Shai, he was getting up early. All right? Everybody else was asleep. And he was out in the elements. All right, it was times, you know, Yahweh Shai, he just got straightway led into the wilderness. All right? He didn't just, want to go to, you got brothers shaving their heads, going to the wilderness, being bugged out. And the Lord, he went to the wilderness, you know, to meditate, to have that solitary time. And again, that's all gonna, you know, that's gonna boost your faith up, boost your confidence. You know, there's animals out there you can learn things from. That's gonna boost your faith, your virtue. Right, when you read the book of Job, let's go to that in Job. All right.
That's the spirit.
It's the book of Job, chapter 12, and verse number 7. Job 12 and 7. "But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee." So the Lord said, hey, ask the beast. How you gonna ask the beast, brother? You in your basement all day. All right? How you gonna ask the beast and you always over Jerome's house? All right? Jerome. All right, you calling him up. Shalom, King. Yabashimel Shabrakatah. All right, let me come over. You just always over to brother Jerome's house, man. In a cage. Both of y'all in the house in a caged up. Hey, you want to know things about the animals? Hey, go outside. What other best place to be than outside? You know, you got, like you say, you got birds, rabbits. All right, these coyotes out here, man. Hey, over here, over there, hey, there used to be foxes over there, man. All right. So guess what? Hey, the Lord said, hey, ask the beast. Next thing you know, you diving into zoology. All right, looking at the different plants the Most High created. And you just meditating in the creation of the Most High.
All right.
Like when it's nighttime, you looking at the stars. All right, you looking at the clouds. You looking at the different precepts for the clouds. All right, the Most High, you make it the clouds as chariots. All right, that might be a chariot right there. All praise. All right, that's what you got to be thinking of. We'd rather think about that than to think about getting on some shorties.
Right.
We'll rather think about that than to think, like your brother said, you got Jake he meditating on backdooring somebody. Yeah. What he got? All right, bet we gonna set him up at this time. All right, we gonna uphold on him, get him out of there. That's off. We'll rather meditate on that than meditate on a big NBA game, the finals, the playoffs. All right, who's gonna take it all home? Hey, we'll rather meditate on the trees. Hey, the Most I see. Hey, the Lord sees men as trees walking. So again, all of these things is for your well-being, man. It's for your good. It's for you to increase through the Spirit. All right, let me get this in Psalms, chapter 77.
All right.
This Psalm, chapter 77 and 12. I will meditate also of thy work and talk of thy doings. See that? David said he gonna meditate in the works of the Most High. Meditate on the creation that the Most High has created. And not only that, he's gonna talk of his doings. All right? And the Lord said, let me get that in Psalms 37. Lord said, mark the perfect man. All right, it's Psalms 37 and 37. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. All right, this is what you call peace right here. Peace of mind. All right, ain't no loudmouth Eves out here, man. All right, hey, our parents can't get on us out here, man. It's no scoffers out here.
Right.
All right, you could go to a place where there's no scoffers. All right, there's no Edomites out here. Your boss not out here. All right, your kids not out here. All right, wife, husband, etc., whatever the case may be, pets. It's you and the Most High God. All right, and His works. What other better place? Hey, this the best place you ready to be at. We can't go to the gas station. It's madness at the gas station. You go get something to eat inside. It's madness in there. All right. I mean, where else can you go where it's not peaceful like this? Nowhere. That's why the Most High said to, apply these things, man. You're gonna prosper and have good success. All right. So you got any closing precept?
Yeah, Con. Got a closing precept. Yeah, man. Hey, man, meditation is a beautiful thing, man. Like the brother was saying, it's no loudmouth Eve here, man. Right? Let's get Job chapter 23, man. Job chapter 23. Right, a little closing precept, man. Right, this Job chapter 23 and verse 12. It says, neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. Right? I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. Right? Because through the Spirit, you meditate on his word day and night. So it's through the Spirit, that's what you eating on. That's what your heart is literally chewing up. The words of the Most High. Right? So those are things that you should be meditating on, not, folly and women and all type of, the accessories of Esau. Right? Meditate on the Lord's words, which is his wisdom and his knowledge. Right? That's about it, man. That's about it. All praise to the Most High. Lord willing, brothers was edified. Meditate on the right things. Don't meditate on no folly or anything like that. But shalom.
Con. Got one precept.
Got one precept? Con.
That is the book of Colossians. That is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and 1. If ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. All right, so you want to make sure you set your affection on things that's above, heavenly things, spiritual things, not on carnal things in the care of this world that's on the earth. All right, but again, Lord willing, this video is edifying. continue to read, pray, fast, study. Most importantly, beseech the Heavenly Father for His mercy. That we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.